Region Wealth, your local trusted financial fiduciary, brings you KDUS AM 1060 Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix.
It's back. Coming this fall, the Varsity Sports Show is partnering up with NFHS to bring you the Thursday night high school football game of the week. 12 regular season games, plus playoffs, courtesy of the Varsity team. Join the Varsity team this fall as they deliver every single down every week. Subscribe through NFHS and watch all of your favorite AIA high school football action every Thursday night this fall. The Varsity Sports Show is bringing back the Thursday night high school football game of the week. Thank you for listening to the Varsity Sports Show. Our mission is to empower education and enable dreams, creating a platform to promote young people in extracurricular activities and community outreach. If you are interested in partnering up with the Varsity Sports Show, find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or call or text us at 480-779-9437. The Varsity Sports Show, Arizona's home for youth, high school, college, and you.
Hi, kids. This is DJ Soulman from the Funk Junkies, and you're listening to the Varsity Sports Show with my man Vince Delicio. And what's your last name?
It's Delicio.
Okay, that's right. That's what I thought. Yeah, right.
KDUS AM 1060 Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix is home for the Dan Patrick Show.
This program is paid for by the JV Sports LLC and its partners.
You're listening to the Varsity Sports Show, home of Arizona's youth, high school, college sports, and you. Empowering education and enabling dreams. Right here on KDUS AM 1060 in Arizona. And now, welcome to the Varsity Sports Show.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Varsity Sports Show. Vince Delicio live from Benton, Kentucky. And wow, a little bluegrass music there to start the day here. And I am out at the Humane Society of Marshall County here in Benton, Kentucky. Beautiful Benton, Kentucky. It's a nice, cool 75 degrees, slight breeze coming out. A little bit of clouds in the sky, but overall it's sunny. Humidity's fairly low, lower than it's been last couple of days, but great time. And I'm joined by Humane Society manager Leighann. Good morning, Leighann.
Good morning.
You told me you like bluegrass.
I do like bluegrass.
Oh my gosh.
I do, but I'm not the manager.
Okay.
I'm not. I'm just the oldest person here.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, but you're the wisest person here. So thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to do the show this morning. We got a lot going on, and my man Aaron Decker is manning the studio back in Phoenix. It's going to be a fun show. We've got regular programming mixed in with some different stuff. It's a part of our summer spotlight series where we're spotlighting different nonprofits and organizations and just fun things to do in the community. And we're going to start off with our regular segment. Since we are bringing back the Varsity Sports Show Thursday night high school football game of the week, we're going to bring back the Thursday night football face-off. Hit it, Aaron.
It's the Thursday night football face-off.
And with that, we are joined by, we've been featuring a couple of coaches every week that are going to be facing off this fall. Leighann, since you're going to be part of this as well. We are joined by the Apache Junction Prospectors head football coach, Bruce Binkley, going into his second year. And then as well as Gilbert Mesquite High School Wildcats head football coach, defending 4A state champion Scott Hare. Coaches, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
All right, guys. So on Thursday night, September 23rd, we are going to be featuring both of your teams. It's going to be out at AJ, out at Apache Junction, Prospector Land, or as my good friend Max Ragsdale refers to as God's country, being a prospector of love. Guys, so let's start with you, Coach Binkley, being the host team this year. How's your offseason going?
Going great. Like everybody else, we were able to do some things this summer that we weren't able to do last year. And in my first year last year, it took us a while to get everything implemented. So it's gone really well. Been in the weight room like everybody else, and we're going to camp next week. So things have gone incredibly well. The boys are working extremely hard, and we're very excited about the future.
Now, when I went back and referenced your season, I know you guys, you had a pretty good season, and overall, I think a couple games got cut short on the year. But I think you guys finished 3-2 last year. Is that correct?
Yeah, we finished 3-2, and after the regular season, we were ranked 8th for the seeding for the playoffs, and then that playoff game got canceled because of COVID concern.
Yeah. Okay. And so, what can we expect this year? You guys, you got a lot of guys coming back. Pretty young team.
Yeah, we're excited. I mean, on offense, we have 3 guys. I don't know why anybody's not talking about them, but I mean, I've got a wide receiver, Garrett Garcia, who's going to be a junior. He's 6'2", 175. Quarterback returning that he had 330 yards a game last year. Gavin Lamangelo, he's going to be a junior, and then I have a running back that's 5'11", 190. That's going to be a sophomore. And those 3 kids are going to be 3 people that people need to look out for sure. They're very good athletes, and they're extremely hard workers, and all 3 of them are 4.0 students. Okay.
Coach Hare, now you guys didn't do much last year. You only won a state title, and did it with the best quarterback in the state, who's now an Oregon Duck. What can you do to top last year?
Well, we're just going to keep trying to get better each day. I mean, I think that was kind of been the philosophy. I mean, obviously having a guy with Ty's caliber is very nice, and they don't come around all that often. So you got to take advantage when they do. And so, I think it's just getting back. Like Coach said, we're back in the weight room. We're working hard. We got a group of kids that we're real excited about.
You got a lot of guys coming up from the lower levels. You got a lot coming back too.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have a smattering. Obviously, we're losing our main statistical guys, but at the same time, we do get Andrew Morris back, who was the Defensive Player of the Year last year in our region. So, and Gerardo's come up through our program. Gerardo Sainz has come up through our program as a quarterback for the last 3 years. He'll be a senior, and obviously he's got some big shoes to fill, but he's put in a lot of work, and we're excited about him.
Now, being this is our Thursday night football face-off, and you guys are good friends off the field, obviously, and competitors on the field. Coach Binkley, what can you say about what Coach Hare has? And I'm sure you've been watching some film. That'll be a big game, even though it'll be a couple games into the season. What can you say about the Wildcats?
Well, they're a class act. I know their principal real well from history here in Arizona, Ron Hudson, and they're good people over there. Their kids act the way they're supposed to act. They got good athletes. You can tell they're very well coached. And, we're extremely privileged to host them at home. It's our first home game. And, it's a privilege to have the state champs there. It's a barometer for us and a measuring stick. And Coach does things the right way. And he's had some good athletes like we all do. But I think they do things the right way. I think most of the schools in Arizona do. But I think he does it a little bit better. And his kids are coached that way. And you can see it on film.
Now, you're not going into this game to lose. What are you guys going to do to how are you going to attack them? What are the keys to winning this game?
Keys to winning this game for us are doing what we do and making sure we do it very, very well. So we have to make sure that we do what AJ does well, and that's, be about 50-50, run the pass, take care of the football, and go get them on defense. And if we do that, I think that we'll have an opportunity at the end of the game. And if we don't, then we're going to get thumped like we did last year. But I think we're a good football team. And, like anybody else, we got to take care of the ball and take care of our quarterback. And if we do that, I think we'll be okay.
Okay. Coach Hare. You know Coach Binkley, and you know that he's got some kids over there and working hard, just going into his second year. How are you planning on attacking these guys? Come away with a win?
Well, I think like he had said in the opening, we're really impressed by his quarterback. His quarterback is definitely a really special kid, and I thought we played him in game 1 last year, and like he said, COVID and. He had just gotten to town, and actually I thought that they had made a ton of progress even before we played them in game 1. I was actually really impressed because we brought a lot of our guys back, and I thought they were in just a really good spot for game 1. And then to watch them go through the season, I was really, really impressed by the way they did things. But I just thought they just matured as a team. And then we've seen them at 7-on-7 this summer. We had an opportunity to kind of see their group this summer, and a few times because we were at the same spot on Tuesday night. And I think Apache Junction is definitely going to be a very solid team. I think he's got some real good athletes, but I think it's really more the way he does things. I appreciate the compliment, but he's very similar in the fact that their guys do it right. They're well coached. They definitely do a few things that are different from some of the teams in Arizona, the way they run their blocking schemes, it definitely puts a lot of pressure on the defense.
Coach Binkley, talk a little bit about your admin support there and even your support staff, coaches and people, because obviously you can't do this alone. You're building a program and you need everybody that's as passionate about it as you are.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, when I moved here to town, I got in touch with the parents, and Cammie Garcia kind of leads that group, and she was able to really support me and my family and help us. And Heather Wallace, the superintendent of schools, she's been phenomenal. She's helped us and every step of the way. And Dr. Lineberry, our principal, he's obviously our leader at the school. And I'll be real honest, they've done everything that we've asked. They've helped us as much as they can. My offensive coordinator, Dave Mosier, him and I played college football together. This will be his second year as my coordinator. I expect a lot of growth from him. And my defensive coordinator, Alex Murphy, it'll be his second year, and I expect a lot of growth from him. So between the coaches and the admin, I couldn't be around better people. I'm very excited about the people of Apache Junction. They're very passionate about what they do. They're very passionate people, and I'm really blessed to be where I am. Very lucky man to be where I am.
Coach Hare, you know how difficult it is to work in administration. Obviously, you did it for a time and step back into coaching. Do you look at your AD and say, man, I could do that better than him?
Oh, absolutely not. I don't. I actually probably got back into coaching because I probably wasn't the best AD. So, I think I do a better job on the sidelines, quite frankly. There were a lot of issues and things that, I needed to do it because I needed to see what that side of school looked like. But, no, Rudy Alvarado really does a great job, and he's easy to talk to and just somebody that I can kind of just bounce some things off of. And he's very calm and collective, and that's good for me because I probably need somebody that's a little more calm when things aren't going the way I like them to go. So he does a great job of just being a great influence for me.
Great. And what about the rest of your coaches? You got guys that have been with you since day one. What you want to give a shout out to any of those guys?
Well, I mean, my brother Corey is obviously our defensive coordinator, and we've been together at a couple different stops. And anytime you have your family with you, and, my dad's been on that staff too. It's not just them, though. It's also guys, that have been with me, helped me out at Mesa and with Ken, and does our linebackers and a great job. And then, Nami was with me when we were at, he played for me at Mesa. So, I think that anytime you can kind of be around guys that are, loyal to you and we're all on the same page, I think that's huge. We're making we brought in a couple more guys this year, and I'm real excited about what those possibilities are, and a couple of specialty guys that I think are just going to be great additions to what we're already trying to do.
Awesome. Okay, Coach Scott Hare, Mesquite Wildcats head football coach. Coach Bruce Binkley, Apache Junction Prospectors head football coach in our Thursday night football face-off. We'll see you gentlemen on Thursday night, September 23rd out at AJ. Guys, thanks so much for joining us. Have a great rest of the summer.
Thank you. Thanks for having us on. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Well, Leighann, so that was our Thursday night football face-off segment. So the rest of the show, we're going to get to know the Humane Society of Marshall County. When we come back from the break, we're going to get to know a young man by the name of Ryan Fitzpatrick, who's a sport fisherman, who'll be joining us today, and as well as the Benton Women's Club. Looking forward to hearing from Darla. So this is our summer spotlight series. We spotlight a lot of the nonprofits and organizations that do good in the community. So looking forward to learning a little bit more about the Humane Society when we come back from the break. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for joining us. We are live today from Benton, Kentucky. This is Vince, and stick around after the break. We will be back with Leighann from the Humane Society of Marshall County. Thanks again for joining us here on the Varsity Sports Show. Go Varsity. Stick around, folks.
SB Nation Radio is now Sports Map Radio, keeping sports content fresh and fun. Join us right here on KDUS AM 1060.
Hi, this is Avery from Teen Lifeline. Just want you to know that you're not alone, and if you need someone to talk to, you can call anytime or text between 3 and 9 to 602-248-8336.
Are you unable to do the things you love? Do you know your daily habits could be better to enhance your quality of life? Are you suffering with chronic pain or chronic illness and can't find the right solution that works for you? Fix Body Group was created so you have a team of professionals to help you achieve your health goals and get you back to doing what you love again. In Scottsdale, go to fixbodygroup.com or call 480-795-5329. Fix Body Group, proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show and Fitness Minute with Tyler Mayer. Hey guys, Vince here to talk to you about a good friend of mine named Bob Jenkins. Bob is a Marine Corps veteran. Bob and his younger brother DJ own Vets Built Contracting. You've seen their trucks around Metro Phoenix, I'm sure. For 5 years, they've been hiring and putting veterans to work. Vets Built is licensed, bonded, and insured, both residential and commercial, specializing in renovations, remodeling, new build, casitas, safe rooms, or small commercial TI work. If you're a skilled veteran looking for work, a homeowner in need of work, or a commercial business needing TI work, please call Bob or DJ at Vets Built at 480-584-3675. It's back. Coming this fall, the Varsity Sports Show is partnering up with NFHS to bring you the Thursday night high school football game of the week. 12 regular season games, plus playoffs, courtesy of the varsity team. Join the varsity team this fall as they deliver every single down every week. Subscribe through NFHS and watch all of your favorite AIA high school football action every Thursday night this fall. The Varsity Sports Show is bringing back the Thursday night high school football game of the week.
Catch Bob Kemp in the Sports Zone every weekday from 9 to 11 right here on KDUS AM 1060.
The Varsity Sports Show presents the Summer Spotlight Series, featuring outstanding members of our community. And now, here's Vince.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Varsity Sports Show. Vince DeLisio here out at in Benton, Kentucky, here at the Humane Society of Marshall County. I am joined by historian. I don't know. I wanted to call you manager, but you said you're not the manager, so I don't want to refer you to this as the manager anymore. But you're the wisest person here. I'll say that. So
I am. There's only 3 staff members,
okay,
and we are 100% equal. Although we are almost 3 generations separated.
Wow.
The youngest girl we just hired is the same age as my child.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah,
all right.
And then the girl, Stephanie, in there, she's middle-aged. She's between the 2 of us.
Okay, you're middle-aged between the 2 of you. All right. Okay. So, Leighann, let's talk a little bit about the Humane Society of Marshall County. So let's go back in time just briefly. How far back does the Humane, you've been here 4 years, but Humane Society goes back much further.
Yes, we were established in about 1990. That's when one of our local vets here in town decided he wanted to get together with some people and try to make something a little separate from our county shelter. He wanted to make a no-kill shelter, and that's what they did. They made it. We were really close to town, right across the street from Walmart. It's a great spot. I don't know exactly why they wanted to move from that place. I don't know if rent was too high or complaints from the neighbors because we have dogs barking. But we found this piece of property in 2005 out here in the middle of just rural.
Yeah, how many acres is this?
They started off with, I think, 6. Right now, I think we still have 3 acres that's ours.
So green.
It's not. Yeah, we're in rural Kentucky. It's a lot of green here. But they built this building in 2006, so this is how long our facility has been here, and we love it. We think it's great. It's nice. It is a little hard for some people to find because we are about 5 miles outside of town. Okay. And people do get lost. But we have a sign. You just got to look for it.
Well, GPS brought me right to the front door here. But you ever been to Arizona?
I have not, but I'm thinking it sounds like a good place to go.
It is, but it's not as green. It's very desert, and it's a little hotter. It's 75 right now here. And talking, it's 2 hours back in Phoenix. It's 9 a.m. and it's already about 112. So
Well, it's a miracle. Yeah. It's so nice right now. If you were here last week, you'd think, my gosh, it's hot here.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's not very humid, so that's awesome. But I hear allergies. That's where you go for allergies, is Arizona.
Well, allergies and asthma. So because it's very dry, and but being in a valley, it's getting a little bit more polluted now. It is the 5th largest city in the country. So whereas Benton, Kentucky is kind of on the other end of that spectrum. How many people live here?
Not very many.
Yeah. Like 12?
13,000.
Oh, 13,000. Okay.
Yeah,
I was actually thinking 12.
No, I've looked it up once. I just can't remember. We are one of the smaller. We're a pretty good size county size-wise.
Yeah.
But population-wise, it's on the smaller end.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the shelter again. So you've been here since 05, 06. It is a steel building. It looks like a bomb shelter. There's no Wi-Fi in or out, which is why we are outside. And I hear some animals behind us. I don't know what they are, but locusts. Okay, it's like out of the Bible, the Old Testament. Here, we're gonna get attacked and the world will end. So how many? Okay, what do you have? Dogs, cats? What? How many?
Right now, all we have is dogs and cats.
All right.
They had originally planned, that's why we have so many acres around us. They had wanted to fence it in so we can do farm animals, the horses and goats and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But we are privately owned, privately funded. So we didn't get no government money at all.
None.
Okay. None. No county, no state, no nothing like that. So we couldn't quite just get the money together to be able to put that together and be able to take care of them. So we've had to let that dream go back. So now it's just dogs and cats is what we do.
Okay.
At the moment, up for adoption, we have 8 dogs and 21 cats now. We have more than that here. Like I told you, we have 6 dogs came in yesterday.
Yeah.
And we have, I think, 10 kittens in foster because they're still being bottle fed.
Oh, okay.
So those guys are not, the cats are not on our facility, but the dogs are here.
And some of the pets here are special needs, what we refer to as special needs. They're a little higher maintenance, and so they're not exactly pets that people want to adopt. But being a no-kill shelter, I mean, you've had a few of them here for 3 to 5 years.
Yes, we've had a couple of dogs here, and we've had some cats here that have been here a year or two before they've been adopted. We have a couple of dogs, and they do get some attention every once in a while where people do get upset. They say, that dog's been there too long.
Yeah.
But they're pretty happy dogs. You haven't got to meet them yet. You'll have to meet them before you leave.
I met Cruz. He was running around free inside there.
Cruz is we've put some videos of him up. He's a little bit special needs too. So, we do have some here that are special needs, and it's nothing major. They're not in wheelchairs. They're not blind. It's anything like that. It's like Magoo is a hunting dog.
Okay.
He's just a big old coon hound. So he's almost 100 pounds.
Wow.
But he's not housebroken.
Okay.
But he is absolutely, now that he's been with us for a couple of years, he is totally spoilt to air conditioner. So he despises being out in the heat and the cold. He wants to be inside where it's nice.
Yeah.
So it's hard to get someone to get a 100-pound dog who's not housebroken to live inside their house with them.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to put a belly band on him so he doesn't pee on all your walls.
Do you have anything for an 85-year-old grumpy old man? That's my dad. I want to bring a dog home to my dad.
Not right now. For older people, we really do try to fit the animal to the right house, not just someone says, I want a dog, and come in and just say, here, take any one.
Okay.
Because we try to look at each individual animal and say, what would be the best life for you when you leave here? And for older people, we do look at how mobile they are, how
he's pretty mobile. He gets around.
Whether they can walk a dog on a leash or if they have a fenced-in yard. Some puppies have talons. So if anyone has really thin skin, because the older you get, the thinner your skin is, or if you're on blood thinners and they go back there and visit our puppies, they come back with blood just dripping off their arms. Yes, because
like eagles.
Puppy nails are really sharp. And especially if you got 3 or 4 of them jumping on you, it really does cut those people open.
Oh, boy. All right. Okay. Well, we'll have to circle back on that topic.
Puppies.
So, no puppies. Okay. So definitely, you're no government funding whatsoever. It's all through private donation. How hard is it to squeeze? Is it like squeezing blood out of a turnip to get money from people around here?
It's not as bad as you think.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's bad. Last year wasn't very pretty. But we're still open. We're going to stay open as long as we can.
Yeah.
I don't think when I first got hired on, I was afraid that this job wouldn't last because our savings was dwindling fast.
Yeah.
But we have been able to do a couple of donations.
And you do some other things.
Stuff.
You do drives. You do like garage sale type things
Yes.
where you have events and people donate items to sell. And so those that's nice. So you've got and the grounds are very. I mean, it's beautiful the way it's kept up. It's a nice long driveway. It's wide open, and the dogs look happy, and the kitties, inside are happy, and they got plenty of space to move around. And some shelters you walk into, and it's like it looks like the Hanoi Hilton. I mean,
Yes.
it looks like a mess in there, and it's just, but it's very clean. I walked in, it smelled like Clorox bleach. My gosh, it was spotless. I don't know if you did that just for me.
No, we do actually get a lot of compliments on how clean our facility is. I have worked at a couple of shelters, so I know how hard it is to keep them clean.
Yeah.
And it really is hard to keep them clean.
Do you have a wish list, something that you guys as a staff collectively wish you had more of here?
Volunteers.
Okay, volunteers. And so
Yes.
tell us a little about what you look for in volunteers.
Volunteers, we ask that if you're under 13 years of age, we do ask that a guardian stay with you. But if you're a responsible 13 years old or older, you can be here alone. You can use our microwave or refrigerator. If you want to stay here all day, you can bring your lunch. We ask that you give our animals one-on-one time, which is what they need more than anything, is for someone to take them out of their cage, one animal, look them in the eyes, pet them, love them, play with them, hold them and caress them, because that's what they really want. And we do have people that come in and do that. And in our opinion, that is what really makes these guys happy here, is they get some personal time with humans, not just other cats or dogs, but with humans.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we are joined by Leighann of the Humane Society of Marshall County here in Benton, Kentucky, for our Summer Spotlight series. So, Leighann, so volunteers, and they have to be compassionate people. They have to love animals, obviously. What's the average time it takes for what you see animals being adopted from here?
Our animals here, I did the math a couple years ago.
Okay.
Yes, I have to keep notes because I'm old.
Oh.
In 2019 was the first time I actually got all of our paperwork together, because we're still old school. We do everything with files.
Okay.
So we have a garage full of files from years past. But I went through all the files in 2019 and did our statistics. And back then, our average animals were about 200 in and out.
Wow.
We don't do a whole lot. I know a lot of places do a lot more than that on average, but we do about 200 a year.
Yeah.
Our dogs, they stayed here on average 57 days.
Oh.
And our cats stayed here 75 days.
Okay.
That was the average. Some kittens and puppies will leave the day they come in.
Yeah.
Some of the more older, the more special needs will stay here longer. Like I said, it does kind of skew them having things like Magoo, and then we had Molly. We had a cat that stayed here for like exactly 1 year. They do kind of mess up the math and everything, because you'll have just one or two animals that stay here for a long time, but most of them are shorter.
Have you personally fostered some animals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did some small dogs.
Wow.
I took home Scooby and the gang. It was 5 puppies, and kept them because they were still on formula before they were old enough to bring here to stay.
Got it.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
It was fun. It was an adventure. My other dogs said, "Don't ever do that to us again."
Yeah.
My Chihuahua was scared to death of all those puppies.
Oh my.
It was funny.
All right, so folks, once again, we are out at the Humane Society of Marshall County. It is a no-kill shelter. I think it's the only no-kill shelter here in the county, right?
In Marshall County,
In Marshall County. Okay, 6301 U.S. Highway 68 in East Benton, Kentucky. Phone number here is 270-354-8738. They've got a Facebook page as well. Folks, come on out if you're in the area, or give a call. And thank you, Leighann. Stick around. When we come back, folks, from the break, we are going to be joined by a sport fisherman here by the name of Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's going to give us some tips, and maybe it'll turn into a regular segment here on the show. Ryan is a Benton, Kentucky resident as well. Thanks again for joining us here on the Varsity Sports Show. I was just kidding about my dad. He's not a grumpy old man. He is a little older, but my mom is trying to push him to get a pet dog, so I don't know. We'll have to teach him a little bit of compassion. He's pretty old school. So anyway, all right, folks, stick around. We'll be right back after the break. Once again, thanks again for joining us here on the Varsity Sports Show live from Benton, Kentucky. We'll be back. Go Varsity.
Turn those picks into gold.
Wall-to-wall NFL coverage and the biggest stories coming to you from 3 to 5 p.m. The Rich Eisen Show here on KDUS AM 1060 and KDUS1060.com.
Hey, this is Ralph Farrell, Carefree's #1 sports enthusiast, and want to tell you about a new radio show that's really hitting the spot. The Varsity Sports Show, which takes care of everything from high school, junior high school, college, community college sports. You got to listen to it. It's on 1060 AM, Arizona. No? Yes?
That's okay. Anna and Keith started Stessa Movement Company with their customers' clothing styles in mind. Their goal is to clothe the world your way. High-end, comfortable clothing at affordable prices. Check out their custom-made hats, shirts, masks, and vintage gear. They outfit the Varsity Sports Show crew and sponsor the Stessa Movement Company Player of the Game Award. Find them at stessamovement.ecwid.com. Spelled STESA for style.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk to you about a good friend of mine named Bob Jenkins. Bob is a Marine Corps veteran. Bob and his younger brother DJ own Vets Built Contracting. You've seen their trucks around Metro Phoenix, I'm sure. For 5 years, they've been hiring and putting veterans to work. Vets Built is licensed, bonded, and insured, both residential and commercial, specializing in renovations, remodeling, new build, casitas, safe rooms, or small commercial TI work. If you're a skilled veteran looking for work, a homeowner in need of work, or a commercial business needing TI work, please call Bob or DJ at Vets Built at 480-584-3675.
24th Street Dental Biltmore is the place to go for cosmetic dentistry and Invisalign. Doctors Braden, Turner, and the team are ready to put your dental needs first. They are the Valley's Invisalign experts. Schedule a free exam today and mention the Varsity Show for complimentary in-house whitening. From cleanings to more comprehensive dental, 24th Street Dental Biltmore in Phoenix is the first step toward a healthier smile. Located in the heart of the Biltmore, call or stop by 602-468-1135. Proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
Check out the Doug Gottlieb Show, Monday through Friday, 1 to 3 p.m., right here on KDUS AM 1060.
The Varsity Sports Show presents the Summer Spotlight Series, featuring outstanding members of our community. And now, here's Vince.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Varsity Sports Show. Vince DeLisio here, live from Bluegrass Country here in Benton, Kentucky. And we will continue with our Summer Spotlight series. So we got a couple of special people here with us. One that's live in person and the other one that's on the phone with us. First off, since it's ladies first, Ryan, let me introduce Darla from the Benton Women's Club. Darla, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us. And in person here at the Humane Society of Marshall County, joined by sport fisherman Ryan Kirkpatrick. Ryan, how are you, sir?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on.
All right. Okay, so guys, I want to start with Darla. Darla, we've been going back and forth via email, and I found you guys online because I was looking for an organization that does a lot of good for the local community, and I think we found one in the Benton Women's Club. Tell us about the Benton Women's Club. How long you guys been around, and what are some of the special things you do?
Well, we've actually been around since 1910.
Wow.
We first, yeah, long time. We were first called the Corona Library Club, but we changed to the Benton Women's Club in 1914 when we became federated with the General Federation of Women's Clubs. So we've been around 100 plus years.
Now, what does a women's club do?
Well, we are just a charitable.
And do you have any men that are members?
No, we actually don't. I think because we're the women's club, we scare away the men.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. Can I get involved? Is there any way that I can get involved?
Well, sure. Yeah, we have an auxiliary.
Okay, good.
You can.
Oh, good. Auxiliary. Okay, auxiliary member. All right, so go on. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Okay, so 1914 changed your name, and then what did you guys start doing?
We've done, obviously, over those 100 plus years, we've done lots and lots of things. But here lately, our biggest thing is we give away some scholarships to female graduates from either of our two high schools. We also do an activity called Paint the Town Pink, where we raise money for breast cancer awareness. And we support lots of other organizations and just volunteer, wherever we're needed. So...
now with the pandemic this last year, how were you guys able to adapt and overcome? What were some things that you did?
Well, that was more difficult, obviously, because we couldn't have a lot of our fundraisers like we normally have. So we just had to do some things, over the internet and through our Facebook page, and try to spread awareness that way, and then raise money that way. We were not able to have our tour of homes, which is what we do in December to raise money for our scholarships, because obviously that did not happen.
Over the last few years, Darla, if you could throw out a number in terms of a dollar amount, how much have you given away in scholarships?
Well, we give away $2,000 each year. So, and we started having scholarships. I've been in the club for 20 years, and we've always had scholarships for as long as I've been in. So at least, for 20 years, we've given away, $30,000, $40,000 just in scholarships. So, yeah.
And you've created some definite opportunities here for young ladies in the community. And what are, like, they've gone on to, what are some of the schools? Obviously, nearby here, we've got Southern Illinois University. My wife's a Saluki alum. You've got Murray State, which isn't too far from here. You've got Southeast Missouri State University and Cape Girardeau. You've got the Kentucky schools in the area. Obviously, some of the public schools. Have you had some of the young ladies that have gone on far, Ivy League and into some far-off places?
I don't think we've had any Ivy League ones, but we have had some that have gone to the University of Alabama. Currently, one of our recipients for this year is going to Ole Miss. So that's a different school for us. But most of them, I would say, go to the University of Kentucky, Western Kentucky University, University of Louisville. Those are the majority of the schools that they go to, because they're just our Kentucky State schools. But yeah, we will send them wherever they want to go. Yeah.
And have you had a good number that have come back and given back to the community and to the organization?
Oh, yeah. We always try to encourage, if they come back here to Marshall County, we want them to get back involved with our club so that they can give back. And because that is one of our main things. And of course, when we're picking our scholarship recipients, one of the main criteria is the amount of volunteer work they do in our community, and how civic minded they are. Not only just their grades and that they're good students, but we want to make sure that they're good, well-rounded girls, and that that they think a lot of our community want to give back.
So we're folks, if you're just tuning in, we are joined live by Darla from the Benton Women's Club here in Benton, Kentucky. Darla, if I'm looking for, let's say I'm some rich guy and I need to give away a lot of money, and I'm looking at a couple of different nonprofits in the area, what is the appeal of the Benton Women's Club to donate some dollars there as opposed to some of the other nonprofits in the community?
Well, one reason that we are a great opportunity is because we not only do we do scholarships, but we also help fund other organizations. So if you would like, if you want to give money to us, we do fundraisers to help raise money for the Marshall County Exceptional Center. We help raise money for the Marshall County Humane Society. We help raise money for lots of other charities within our community as well. So that money could be spread around quite a bit. And of course, obviously, it would help with our scholarships as well. But all the money we raise, we fund it out into the community.
Darla, how can people find out more about the Benton Women's Club?
We have a website. It's
All right.
BentonWomen'sClub.org. We also have a Facebook page, which is just Benton Women's Club. And you can get on there, and there's lots of information, but you can also send us a message, and we will, reach out and share all of our our history and our things about our club. In fact, we just recently had 2 or 3 members reach us that way, and they are potential new members that have just moved into the area. So we're excited to have new members as well.
Wonderful. Darla from the Benton Women's Club, thank you so much for joining us here on the Varsity Sports Show. Talk a little bit about the organization. You can find out more about the Benton Women's Club at www.bentonwomensclub.org or on their Facebook page. And thanks so much, Darla. I hope you have a happy 4th of July. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, thank you very much. You too.
All right. So, guys, that was great. We're learning so much more about the community here, and joined by a sport fisherman here named Ryan Kirkpatrick. Ryan, thanks for sitting tight there. When you sat down, I said, "Do you know anything about the Benton Women's Club?" And you said, "Yeah, you heard a little bit about him." And I told you know a lot more about him than I do. So you've lived here for quite a few years, and you said from Northern Illinois. Tell us a little bit about your journey here. How'd you get down here?
So I grew up hunting and fishing and everything. And, up in Northern Illinois, I lived about an hour north of Chicago. That's not really the popular thing to do. You're kind of the outsider when you hunt and fish.
Yeah.
So I wanted to go somewhere that I could hunt and fish and, fit right in. And I decided to come down here to go to school at Murray State for the fishing team.
Yeah.
The college fishing team. They were nationally ranked consistently. And so I decided to come on down here and fell in love with the place and don't plan on ever leaving.
How does one become nationally ranked in fishing? Like, is it by the number of fish that you catch? I mean, what is involved? You're talking to a guy that is all thumbs when it comes to fishing.
So with bass fishing tournaments, which is what I do, is just bass fishing.
Okay.
Typically, there'll be a 5-fish limit per day.
Okay.
Per boat. And so you can go out, catch your 5 biggest fish, and say you catch 5 smaller fish and you want to upgrade throughout the day, you can trade in and out. It's called culling.
Okay.
You can take a smaller one, trade it out for a bigger one if you catch a bigger one. And so at the end of the day, you'll be ranked essentially based on the weight of your 5 biggest fish.
Yeah.
So, if a guy's got 5 fish for 20 pounds, that's obviously better than 5 fish for 15 pounds. And then all the tournaments accumulate, and you accumulate points throughout the year and to be ranked nationally.
Now, you have to throw them back, or do you get to cook them?
So we is all catch and release on the bass fishing tournaments.
Catch and release.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's to me, and forgive me again, I'm coming from a place that we don't do a lot of that stuff, but it's to me it's kind of like planting winter grass. There's not a lot of purpose to it because you can't eat it. You plant stuff that you eat. Now, for those of you that plant winter grass, I'm not being a smart aleck about it. I'm just pointing some out. You plant stuff, you want to eat it. So, but okay, so catch and release. What are some of the biggest fish you caught out here?
My biggest on Kentucky Lake is somewhere in the 8-pound range.
Yeah.
As far as bass goes, I was fortunate with the college stuff to be able to travel all over the country pretty much. And
you've been out our way?
I haven't been out west very much.
Okay.
Furthest west fishing wise that I've been is Texas.
Okay.
I know several guys that are from the West Coast that fish, and actually, Lake Havasu in Arizona.
There you go.
I mean, actually, the new world record red ear sunfish was just caught a couple weeks ago in Lake Havasu.
How big?
I think it was 5 or 6 pounds.
Wow, for a sunfish.
For a sunfish.
Wow. Okay. No kidding. So what is the most obscure thing you pulled up on your fishing line? I mean, like a body? Did you get anything like that, or what did you get?
Not a body.
Okay.
I mean, several old rusty beer cans.
Okay.
And,
all right. Okay.
All that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, best time to fish? Early in the morning, 4 a.m. I mean, what?
It just kind of depends.
Okay. What can you give young aspiring fishermen or of any age that want to get involved with the sport?
Well, right now there's so many high school and college fishing teams. Get involved with the high school, and even if your high school doesn't have a team and you're interested, there's people that you can reach out to with the Bass Federation.
Yeah.
And they can get you set up to get you a high school team. Look to go to college. I mean, there's colleges giving away scholarships to go go and fish, and
Yeah.
you get to fish all across the country. It's the best thing in the world.
Ryan, I am so honored, so privileged that you took time out. You drove out here from home, which is more than just a couple of minutes away, and had a chance to sit down. We got to have you on again. Do you think you'd be interested in periodically calling in, giving us a fishing update, fishing report?
Absolutely. I've always been told that I've got a face for the radio. So
You know
anytime
what?
I get to put that to use.
They weren't lying when they said that, right? Anyways, I'm just kidding. All right, we'll take a picture. We'll post it here shortly. So, guys, stick around here on the Varsity Sports Show. We will be joined by my old friend Mike Beale with the Beachin with Beale report. You haven't heard of this, Ryan, but this is an old high school friend of mine. This guy ends up, he calls in and he insults me for the whole segment. It's supposed to be a surfing report. He's from Southern California and he insults me. Anyway, stick around, folks. Thanks again for tuning into the Varsity Sports Show. We are live from Benton, Kentucky, on location with this week's show. I happen to be vacationing with the family. Thought it'd be great to do our show, and we are outside here of the Humane Society of Marshall County. We will be back. Stick around, folks. Ryan, thanks again for joining us, and we'll be back after the break.
Thanks, Vince.
All right.
Bringing you the latest sports topics weekly right here on KDUS AM 1060 with me, the Doug Gottlieb Show, 1 to 3 p.m.
This is Aaron Walls, head coach of Apollo High School in Glendale, Arizona, and you are listening to the Varsity Sports Show. Go Varsity.
Training Better Athletes was founded by renowned football coach Ron Sowers with the philosophy of training well-rounded young people in mind and body. TBA is the go-to for middle schoolers through the pros. Coach Sowers has worked with all sports but specializes in football offensive and defensive line skills training. Whether it's one-on-one or group training, reach out to Coach Sowers at trainingbetterAthletes.com or call him at 602-435-9064. You can't cheat the grind. Anna and Keith started Stessa Movement Company with their customers' clothing styles in mind. Their goal is to clothe the world your way. High-end, comfortable clothing at affordable prices. Check out their custom-made hats, shirts, masks, and vintage gear. They outfit the Varsity Sports Show crew and sponsor the Stessa Movement Company Player of the Game Award. Find them at stessamovement.ecwid.com, spelled S-T-E-S-A for style.
24th Street Dental Biltmore is the place to go for cosmetic dentistry and Invisalign. Doctors Braden, Turner, and the team are ready to put your dental needs first. They are the Valley's Invisalign experts. Schedule a free exam today and mention the Varsity Show for complimentary in-house whitening. From cleanings to more comprehensive dental, 24th Street Dental Biltmore in Phoenix is the first step toward a healthier smile. Located in the heart of the Biltmore, call or stop by 602-468-1135. Proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
Got the morning work blues?
Will you stop honking, Mac? We ain't going nowhere.
Don't worry. Tune in to Bob Kemp in the Sports Zone, weekdays 9 to 11 a.m. for all the best national and local sports content.
And now it's time for Beachin with Beale. Random thoughts from a real Orange County, California surfer guy, Mike Beale. The opinions expressed during the segment in no way represent those of KDUS AM 1060 Arizona, the Varsity Sports Show, its host, or its listeners.
Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show, and this segment is sponsored by our friends at 24th Street Dental Biltmore, the Invisalign experts. 24th Street Dental. Well, so Mike is in Zacatecas, Mexico again. Mike, your in-laws allowed you back there again, huh?
They sure did, Vince. They love me like the son that they never had and always wanted. So,
yeah. Okay.
really
All right.
nice.
Well, yeah, I'm sure it has. So, Mike, as you know, I'm here in Benton, Kentucky. I'm here at the Humane Society of Marshall County. I'm here with my new good friends. Nobody can replace you, obviously, but here with my new good friends, Ryan and Leighann. And so, what's going on in Mexico? What have you been doing this week?
Whew, it's been a busy week. Well, as you can imagine, your listeners can imagine, it's quite a bit different down here. So the first thing, we went out to dinner and got some sushi, and I quickly realized
sushi in Mexico.
In Zacatecas, Mexico, and I quickly realized the best thing that we ate was the soy sauce, maybe tied with the ginger. It was a little different, but we also went to a bullfight last weekend. I don't know if the listeners are familiar. It's really, really intense. I don't think they're going to be having one at Staples Center anytime soon. But
no, it's kind of a violent event, and I'm surprised PETA isn't knocking on your door right now.
Oh yeah, it goes against everything the California stands for, essentially.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
It's quite popular here. It made the front page of the paper the next day. It's quite a popular sport.
So has anybody tried to walk you out of town yet? Being the only gringo there.
No, everybody's quite friendly down here. I do get quite a bit of stares, and I definitely look quite a bit different than the rest of the guys. But no, Zacatecas is quite a friendly place.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Really
So this is a surfing report, and I even promised Leighann and Ryan, who've never been west of Texas, I said that you do a surfing report and that you would give us something informative. But I also told them to be careful in not get offended as being they being my new friends, that because you do have a habit of insulting me throughout the segment.
Well, yeah, I got to admit, if you and I were at the beach right now celebrating 4th of July tomorrow, I would definitely be kicking sand in your face in front of you.
You hear that? Now it starts. Okay, see, that is nice. That is very nice. I don't know why your in-laws allow you back down there. I mean, you say that, well, it's because you married their daughter probably, and they have to be nice to you. Out of fear that you won't be so nice to their daughter, but anyway, so
it's essentially it's a blackmail scheme that I'm pulling.
Yeah,
that's why I get to stay here for months on end.
Mike, do you fish at all?
Unfortunately, I know I'm going to disappoint some of the listeners. I went on a deep sea fishing trip once in California out of Newport Beach, and the deckhand was throwing bait at me. I drank a bunch of beer. I didn't even get a bite. So that's the extent. And one time, somebody was fishing off of the pier, and the hook caught me in the leg while they were illegally casting off of the beach, or the pier. That's my experience with fishing.
Yeah. So, Ryan, what kind of advice can you give to Mike? Is somebody you could tell even by hearing him, this guy doesn't get out too much, much less hold a fishing pole in his hand. So, for somebody just starting off, what kind of advice can you give him?
Well, I've only been on one deep sea fishing trip, and it went about the same. It was on our honeymoon. We went out deep sea fishing, never had a bite. I mean, it was the longest 4 hours of my life. So, personally, I love inland fishing a whole lot more than fishing out on the ocean. So, I would say, I'm sure that there's some smaller lakes and stuff like that, and I know there's some really good lakes in Southern California that are great for bass fishing, especially. That's some of the best bass fishing in the country. So I'd say get out there and maybe try some of that.
There you go. See, you hear that, Mike? This is from a real live sport fisherman here, unlike yourself, who is a total fake. And we don't know that you are an actual surfer. You claim to be. So
thank you, Ryan. And also, I know it's probably really, really hard to sit next to Vince with a straight face and take him seriously.
So let's talk. And while Mike, stay on the phone. But you notice this shirt here. Before we go off the air, we got to talk about Fast Eddie's now. And I've been there. That Fast Eddie's is a gas station in town, and they also make some pretty good pizza. I hear they got a little restaurant over there. They make these cool T-shirts. And Ryan, Fast Eddie's is a special place for you because that's where you met your wife.
That is where I met
my wife.
So
a little love connection going on at Fast Eddie's.
Yep, we were both working there in college, and we from the first day that we worked together, it was kind of history.
Wow.
Yeah.
You hear that? See, Mike, dreams do come true. So just like you having a regular segment on this show, sponsored by 24th Street Dental in the Biltmore. So, Mike,
I certainly am living the dream. Thank you.
Yes, you are. Mike, what else can you give? Can you give us any other insight here before I have Aaron, our producer, hang up on you?
Yeah, I almost forgot to mention I played in the local golf club tournament last weekend, and my goal going in was I wanted to win it for America.
For America. Okay.
However, after the first hole, I readjusted my goals to not coming in last place, which I accomplished. So I feel like I made the Varsity Sports Show proud last.
Wonderful.
By coming in I came in second to last place, but still, I was talking up the whole tournament.
Wonderful. Well, that's great, Mike. We appreciate that. And how much longer are you going to be out there?
Unfortunately, I'm going home in a week. So it's been great, but I am definitely looking forward to going back to America.
Okay. All right. Well, the Beachin with Beale report with our old friend, our roving reporter, Mike Beale. Mike, thanks so much for calling in. Be safe, my friend, and Viva Mexico.
Thank you for having me, and happy 4th of July Eve.
There you go. All right, guys. Yes. All right, so that was the Beachin with Beale report. So you kind of see how this goes. We started off on a real good note. We got a lot of traction as this show started, and then we ended totally flat here with my old friend insulting me for most of the segment there. But anyway, I wanted to circle back. Let's talk a little bit more about the Humane Society of Marshall County. How big is Marshall County?
Do you know?
I have no idea. I mean, as far as the land, there's quite a bit of land in the county, but as far as population, it's not very high.
Okay. So when you say not very high, so the town of Benton itself is what, about 12, and that's the county seat is here in Benton, right? So the county headquarters is here in Benton. So just like Phoenix is the county headquarters of Maricopa County. Now, again, we're talking 5th largest city in the country. Benton is that for Marshall County. So you imagine, it's pretty spread out, but is there a Hazard, Kentucky? Like the Dukes of Hazzard. That was my favorite show growing up.
Further east.
Okay, it's further
east.
east.
There's a Hazard.
Oh, okay. Wonderful. See, there you go. You learn something new every day. See, I thought it was fictional. Is there a Boss Hog?
Yes, down the road. There's a Boss Hogs restaurant.
Oh, see, there you go.
It's not 2 miles from Fast Eddie's. You keep going toward the lake and you'll hit it.
I gotta go there. Yep. Okay, wonderful.
You do.
All right. So, so a pretty good sized county, not much in the way of population. There's a lot of water. There's a lot of lakes here. There's a lot of boating. It's a lot of fun. It's been a great couple of days. I feel the sun now. It's starting to get a little warm out here. Humidity might tick up a little bit, but okay. So last minute plea here, Humane Society of Marshall County. If you want to get involved, if you want to volunteer, give them a call at area code 270-354-8738. And Leighann, a little bit more info. So do you have room for any more pets here?
We do for dogs. We don't have any room for cats, but we do for dogs. And we are an owner surrender only facility. We don't take in strays.
Okay.
So before an animal can be brought here, it has to go to the vet first, has to be up to date on its shots, has to be heartworm negative, has to be a good-natured dog, has to be friendly. We want the most adoptable animals to come in here because the higher our turnover rate, that means the more animals we can help. If all of our animals are the special needs, like the few we mentioned, then we have to turn away more, and we don't want to turn away any more than we have to.
No, and that's unfortunate, but, again, there's only so much you can do, and you kind of whittle away at it and help to solve the problem. Folks, please be sure that you spay and neuter your pets as well. That's big, right?
Huge. We don't have a spay-neuter program here. I know some of the bigger cities do, and we wish more than anything, everybody here in the county wishes we had our spay-neuter program, because that is the biggest thing. If you can stop them before they accidentally breed, then you have fixed a lot of problems.
Ryan, do you have any pets?
Not right now.
There you go. I think we have a love connection here. I think that you may find a dog inside. There's a dog named Cruz that may be...
Well, my wife's favorite dog is Magoo.
Magoo.
She watches him on Facebook all the time.
Wonderful. There you go. See, so we've got a match here potentially. See, we're all about bringing people together here on the Varsity Sports Show. Folks, thanks so much for joining us here on the Varsity Sports Show live from Benton, Kentucky with my friends Leighann and Ryan. And remember the 4 agreements, folks. Number 1, be impeccable with your word. Number 2, don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions. Always do your best. Folks, have a great weekend. Have a happy 4th of July. Vince DeLisio here. Thanks again for letting me join you on this Saturday. Have a great weekend. Varsity out.
Just a good old boy. Wouldn't change if they could.
Thank you for listening to the Varsity Sports Show. Our mission is to empower education and enable dreams, creating a platform to promote young people in extracurricular activities and community outreach. If you are interested in partnering up with the Varsity Sports Show, find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or call or text us at 480-779-9437. The Varsity Sports Show, Arizona's home for youth, high school, college, and you.
Trajan Wells, your